Hey everyone, Ryan here, and today we have some insane LEGO Star Wars Summer 2024 set news in a rumored Captain Rex's Y-Wing Microfighter, said to be coming out in June of 2024. Now, this news is simultaneously very good and very bad, and we'll start with the good, but some of the bad stuff is pretty crazy that LEGO Star Wars has allowed this to happen, and it's all they're doing. It's no fault of the fans for being fans and being excited about things and wanting cool things, and we'll get into that. But the good stuff first. First off, Microfighters returning is a great thing. I was worried that with the release of mechs and the seemingly, or just objectively waning number of Microfighters over the years, that Microfighters may truly be on their deathbed, but they maybe have one last hurrah in them next summer with the Captain Rex's Y-Wing Microfighter, and even better for many people, the price is going to be down from the last Microfighter that we saw, being Mando's N1 Starfighter at $16. This Y-Wing is only supposed to cost $13, with 99 pieces included, so it seems a $3 surcharge was applied because the set included Baby Yoda, which is pretty crazy to me. That one should have also been $13, but at the very least, they're not keeping that same price going forward, which is a good thing, because I thought $16 was grossly overpriced for a Microfighter. Now, while I'm excited that they're finally making a Captain Rex's Y-Wing in some shape or form, it is unfortunate that it is in kind of the least exciting form, being a Microfighter. I do really wish it was a bigger play scale version that displayed nicely like we saw with the 2009 Clone Wars Anakin's Y-Wing, and it's not that all hope is lost for LEGO potentially doing that in the future, but I think it's worth noting that just because LEGO comes out with a Microfighter or something, it doesn't mean they're going to come out with a bigger version of that set. It also doesn't mean they're not going to. It really doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, but I wrote down some examples to show you how there's really no correlation here. Back in 2014, TIE Interceptor Microfighter, it took us 9 more years until this year to finally get a full-size version of that same style TIE Interceptor. Of course, in 2014, we saw the AAT Microfighter, and the very next year, we actually got a full-size playset version of an AAT. In 2015, we saw an ARC 170 Microfighter. We have not seen an ARC 170 playset since. So for those of you, myself included, that really want LEGO to make a full-size version of Rex's Y-Wing, I think we've been wanting this since 2020, and like every year we think it's going to happen, it doesn't happen, and now it happens. It's a Microfighter. I just don't think there's any correlation to be seen there, so ultimately it existing as a Microfighter is nice, but it means nothing for whether or not we'll actually get the build of it that I think we truly wanted, right? I hope that they don't consider this the Rex's Y-Wing people wanted, because it's just not. But Microfighters, people don't really buy for the builds a lot of the time, especially us older collectors, a lot of people in their teens. They're buying the Microfighter for the minifigure, and I think that's where we're going to spend a little bit more time on in this video. Of course, the minifigure rumored to come in Captain Rex's Y-Wing is Phase 2 Captain Rex, and it actually wouldn't be the first time a Phase 2 Captain Rex came in a Microfighter if the 2014 preliminary images of the clone Turbo Tank Microfighter had held out and had Captain Rex as the final minifigure. Of course, they went with the plain Phase 2 minifigure for that Turbo Tank Microfighter. And all of that's to say is that at this point in time, this is just a rumor. In fact, we don't even have a picture of it like we did in the case of the clone Turbo Tank. However, it does come from some very, very reliable sources. And so for what it's worth, I'll be talking about everything as if the rumor is the truth, but we don't have any official confirmation. We don't know this with absolute certainty. So do keep that in mind. Anyway, getting Captain Rex in a $13 Microfighter is really great for a lot of people. A lot of people rightfully should be excited about this. If you're excited about this, don't let what anyone else is saying about the exclusivity or non-exclusivity of any character ruin that for you. Why do you even care what other people are saying? You're getting a Phase 2 Captain Rex, the best Phase 2 Captain Rex LEGO makes. Not the best one they can make, but the best one they do make. And you're going to get that for $13. Like, you should be excited.
I am very excited.
But there are other fans that are also rightfully upset at LEGO's move here, lying to them. That's where the whole problem with Captain Rex in this $13 Microfighter is. When you spend $240, $400, $600, $650 on something, you should get something extra special for your money. That's been the way I felt about it for a long time. I have basically said the exact same thing when the UCS gunship was coming out through that entire debacle, and I obviously still feel the same way. And so I feel like if you're going to release Captain Rex in a smaller, cheaper set, it should be a different version of Rex. I don't necessarily mean lesser when I mean non-exclusive or different, you know? It can be lesser. It could mean the removal of arm printing, or more ideally, because my end goal to everything I ever say is to make LEGO Star Wars better, a Captain Rex with a waist cape and with a better helmet. That would be the best thing ever, right? I would love that to be in a $13 set next June. It's not going to happen, but I would love it. I'd be over the moon. It'd be incredible. My, again, point is not that Captain Rex should only ever be in a $650 set. I think different versions of Captain Rex should be in all sorts of sets. But my point is, you should just get something cool for your money, and I feel like LEGO is taking that away once again. Now, you might disagree with that, and that's fine. You're very much allowed to have the different side of the opinion. You might end up having the right opinion here. I don't, whatever. But what's more important is that LEGO has lied to us, and what they said, their official statements printed on paper that I paid $650 for. And it says that the Rex and Yularen minifigs are both exclusive to this set. Now, if you want to be a lawyer about it and say that LEGO did not say that they are exclusive in perpetuity or forever, you are right. Absolutely. You have won the argument. You can click off the video now. You have nothing left to do, really. But are we really going to sit here and put it on LEGO fans to have to be lawyers to be able to know when LEGO says something's exclusive that it's not really exclusive? Like, yes, Captain Rex was always going to come in a cheaper set. I have been saying it since the rumor of Rex and a Venator came out. Can we not be fair and assume that it would be a different version of Rex, especially given what the head of LEGO Star Wars, Yen, said when talking about the UCS Razor Crest 3 exclusive minifigures just last year? The Mandalorian is a unique variant, and the Mythrol and Queel are entirely unique characters that we have never seen in another set, which is what I disagree with when it comes to UCS sets. Those two characters should be in other sets in different versions. He said this was something we've changed based on input from fans, because we know that when you buy a big set, it's nice to get something unique, something special, and that's what we want to provide. We had a case, and that was with the UCS Republic gunship, where people were not super happy about minifigures because they were not unique. And in honesty, we've taken that feedback in. I can't believe that he would say they have honestly taken that feedback in a year ago and then go and flip-flop back on it now. That's what has me so incredulous to all of this. And like, I find it so hard to believe that the Rex is actually going to come out the same in the Microfighter. I just find it so hard to believe that that's what's going to happen. Another really weird facet to this is another rumor that dropped in the Luke Skywalker pilot mech that's supposed to be coming out in the summer of 2024. However, the rumor for this one is explicitly that the Luke Skywalker minifigure is not the same as the one that we saw in the UCS X-Wing. That special, extra good UCS Luke Skywalker pilot won't be what we see in the $16 mech. And if you look in the X-Wing instruction manual, it specifically says the Luke minifigure is new. They don't go out of their way to say exclusive like they do with the Venator, so it's not a necessarily common practice for them to go out of their way to proclaim a minifigure is exclusive within the instruction manual of the set you're building. In fact, I would wager to say that might be an exclusive feature to the UCS Venator. And another part of this LEGO Star Wars minifigure drama that's been happening over the recent few years, and it kind of goes under the radar, is the fact that LEGO Star Wars says they are never going to make a CMF, right? And that's one of the things that many other themes have been afforded that luxury, where for $5, you get incredible versions of characters. LEGO Star Wars doesn't have that. LEGO Star Wars, dare I say, has, over the course of its entire 25 year history, gotten like 5 or 6 minifigures that are even CMF quality. It's kind of absurd. And so I look to UCS sets as the opportunity to get figures that we all should be able to buy for $5, but LEGO Star Wars refuses to release for $5. So that's also a part of all of this. Maybe I need to mull that over and think about it a little bit more and how much that might actually be affecting everything that's going on. But the whole no CMF thing is really not good for Star Wars. I feel like the last thing I have to address, because so many people commented on Instagram, is like, LEGO's got the resellers. They finally got one over on them, whatever. LEGO owns the biggest resale website, bricklink.com. I hope you know that, right? LEGO benefits from the resale price of LEGO being higher. They make a percentage on every sale. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And hey, if there's a silver lining to all of this, at least Captain Rex isn't coming in a mech.